Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I really and truly do. Hello, travelers of the internet, and welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or if you are new to the channel, hey, welcome to you. My name is JGod01, and I am your host, guide, and humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience. We are diving back into the world of Gyros, my friends, where we have a lot to do. We have something very big to do, and I am very much ready and in the mood to get it done. What do we have to do, you may ask? Well, last time you guys may remember, if you saw, we found our way to a Woodland Mansion. Took a bit of work to get there, but we made it. And now, we are going inside of the Woodland Mansion. Why is it nighttime? It was not nighttime when I signed off the world. What in the world happened there? That is so weird. Anyway, there it is. The big foreboding structure itself. A Woodland Mansion, just waiting to be looted. And we are going in. We are going to go in, we are going to loot it, and we are going to hopefully get a good amount of treasure out of looting it. I'm gonna leave some stuff in this boat here just to get those items out of my inventory. I am just now noticing that the Woodland Mansion seems to have a not so nice biome partially forming around it. There is a pale oak biome. That's gonna be concerning. That's gonna be concerning. We may have creakings if it gets dark. And I don't have a bed. I don't have another bed. Well, that's okay. We should be alright. Even if it does get dark, we should be okay inside the Woodland Mansion. We shouldn't have to deal with the creaking. If we do end up having to deal with the creaking, we will figure out how to get rid of it. This Woodland Mansion has got us going up a good distance to get to it. I've done some thinking, and since it is going to be the easiest way to get into it, we're going to enter through the front porch. And the game decides it wants to lag up on me. Of course. I don't know why it does that. And I just heard our first Vindicator. I'm assuming it was a Vindicator. I think he's upstairs. But we're gonna take this mansion one floor at a time. Oh, come on, game! Don't be like this. Ugh. There we go. Aha! There he is. There's a Vindicator. And there's one. Whack him. He got in a good shot, but we got him. Gonna have to make sure we light up every single room throughout this building. We do not want to risk any of these guys spawning in behind us and managing to land a good hit. We do not want to be ended by these guys. That would be really bad. I do not remember this room. This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. We got some iron doors that I can grab from here. yes, the iron door is all I would really care about from this chamber. Saves me having to use my own iron to craft any, to craft iron doors for our home. Let's keep going. Up, we got a zombie. Hello. Goodbye. Yeah, we're gonna have some zombies mingling in with the other issues we'll have to deal with here. Kinda had a feeling that might happen, but I was also hoping we might avoid it. Yeah, I don't think the Pale Garden was anticipated by the World Generation when this thing was conjured up. Alright, I'm gonna hold on to these chests. In order... I know I already saw that there is an Allay in this building. In order to keep an Allay befriended, you've got to give them something to pick up for you. So I'm going to be making the Allays pick up a few different things, if I can. Hello! You must be the jailer! There's so many of these guys in here. Oh my gosh, I did not realize we were going to find that many. Oh gosh, there's 2 sets of cells! Oh my gosh, we hit the mother lode! We did, we've hit the mother lode with this place. Okay. There we go. That's the first one. That's another. So now we'll have a little guy gathering up chests. We'll have a little guy gathering up scaffolding. We'll have someone gathering obsidian, crying obsidian. And now we've got one that'll gather up sticks. Nice. Alright, come on, little dudes. We got you all out of there. I'm half tempted to leave the other set behind. Why do I keep hearing a dude that is definitely an illager, but not like the others? See, this is what I like about the Allays. They will rush to scoop up anything that they detect that you have given them to carry. You just assign them an item to collect, and they will dutifully acquire it for you. Look at that. Good job, little guy. I'm gonna guess that the illager type groaning that I heard earlier might be some other dude. Oh wait, there's one more. Alright, you know what? You, my little friend, get to collect iron doors. If you come down, and there we go. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I would like to take these other guys. I really, really would, but I'm a little nervous that I may not have enough items to work with. Then again, maybe I do. Hang on. Hang on just a minute while I pick out items to give these little guys. Alright, let's open this one. Shoot! There's a lot of them in this chamber. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, there's way more than I was expecting. Whoa. So many Allays. Okay, where are the ones that don't have anything yet? Give you that. And you that. I am going to have a swarm of these little guys. I wish you could make them fight for you. I wish they could do battle for you on your behalf. Aha! Hello! Got him. Okay. Oh boy. If these guys could do battle for you, oh my gosh, we would have an army of these little guys, equipped with some kind of swords, and we would be sending them off into battle constantly. What else can I give them? I don't know what else I can give them. That's the problem. I've already given them everything that I have multiple of, so... Does this hide anything behind it? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Neither, it would seem, does this. Oh wait, yes, this one does. A chest! Okay. Okay, this gives me some stuff that I can give the little guys as well, so that's good. Ooh. Vex armor trim. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Set up another bundle so I can dump a bunch of this stuff in here. Alright, let's go get those last couple of guys that we hadn't brought with us yet. One of you take a lead, one take gunpowder, one take beetroot seed. Cool. Okay. Okay, come along, little dudes. Let's continue exploring. Why is that chamber blocked off? I don't think it was meant to be. I think that was an accident. Nah, chapel. That is insanely cool. We've got a notch apple. Awesome. Yeah, I really wish these little guys could fight for us if we gave them a weapon. I'd give them axes and swords and have them be swarming the enemy. Can you imagine how insane that would be? An army of little Allays. We'd be the equivalent of the benevolent Evoker. That's what we would basically be. We'd be a benevolent Evoker. Wow. What is with all this wool? I mean, that's kind of cool. I didn't realize there was a room that would be full of wool like that. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? More? I can't take all of you. I want to, but I can't. I'll have to come back for these guys. I'll have to come back another time for those guys. Hello. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Know what? Beetroot Kid, you are now the Emerald Collector. Holy cow. That is just awesome. This is insane. The number of Allays in the structure. I knew if we found a Woodland Mansion, we'd find a bunch of them, but I didn't realize we'd find this many. Where's our little chest guy? Did we lose the little chest guy? There he is. There he is. Now he's at it. Now he's at his job. The one problem with having this many Allays is how are we going to store them? And we'll have to make sure that we head home at a pace where they can keep up with me. That's going to be the hard part. We have over a stack of chests. We have over a stack of chests. That is insane. I like it. And we've also got a whole bunch of oak slabs. That I'm not so happy about. I'd rather not have a whole boatload of oak slabs, but it's not bad to have them, per se. Books. Don't need them. I think we may have left the Allays behind. Oh, creeper. That's what I didn't think of. I just realized there was something I didn't think to bring with me when I came in here. My bow. I didn't think to equip my bow. The bow would be a much easier way to take out those, Evokers. Ow. Got him! Da-da-da-da! We got a totem of undying, my friends! Oh yeah! That's awesome. That is awesome. So many Allays. And now we have a totem of undying! We got a bunch of loot here. Hello. Ooh. Diamond hose. I can enchant those. And make use of them. One problem. I can't carry a whole bunch of those. They don't stack. I'd be carrying... They don't stack in a bundle, either. Oh, crud. Crudola. Baby zombie is not good. Get out of here, baby zombie. I may end up having to drop a chest and dump some stuff into it. In fact, yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do, because I've got too much on me right now. Okay, this stuff can go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Music discs do it too. They stack in a way that's not good for what I need to be able to do. Okay. I do want the extra bucket for sure, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. I'm gonna keep that. Oh boy. This is awesome, but also a little nerve-wracking. Sounds like a wandering trader spawned nearby. Ooh. some resin. There's a bunch of good stuff in here. Try to get everything bunched up the way it's so that it's easier to see what needs to get bagged. There we go. That helps keep us organized. We'll leave that chest itself. I am not going to need that. Yep, definitely a wandering trader out there. He's either outside or he's somewhere in here. My money would be on him being outside. Yeah, he's outside. He's on the roof. That's what's going on. He's up on the roof. The wandering trader that we've been hearing is on the roof. That's why that zombie was staring up. He was intent. He was focusing in on where the dude is. Okay. Do. Whoops. Sorry, I've got to make sure I've got this organized right. And I'm not taking bread with me. There is no need for me to take bread. Alright, so if there's a stairway leading upstairs, it must be on the other side. Because I know there is a small attic type space. And I would like to find that if I can. Yeah, it's up above us, I think. Oh, I see. The stairs are on my left. I gotta back up. Come on, game. Come on. This game is getting a little irritating with how laggy it's acting. What do we got? What's that? Power 3. No, thank you. That. Okay. I can enchant those diamond hoes so that I can use them as backups for my netherite hoe. Am I missing an allay? I can't tell for sure. I know when I got up here, 4 followed me, so... Where is the 4th? Hello, gentlemen. Wow, okay, a lot of you guys apparently got stuck in there. That's kind of funny. Wait, is this all that's up here? That's all that's up here, is the cat? The wool cat? You're kidding me. Huh. Well, I mean, that's interesting. It's interesting that that's all that was up here. What's going on outside? Anything? One of our Allays made his way outside. Okay, it's bedtime, so I should probably try to steal some wool and make a spare bed. I know I can just use the recipe, but I didn't think about that when I started doing it. Alright. Well, I guess there was only one evoker in the building, but there were a bunch of those other dudes, the Vindicators. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. But now... the time has come. We've got our Allays. Most of them. Where do I keep losing a 4th one? There he is. Okay. Sorry, I just like to make sure that I've got all my Allays together when I'm dealing with them. Walk over here so that the rest come together. Alright. Now, I want to put away my bow. I want to go get the rest of the little guys so that we've got them all. Where is the 3rd? There was a 3rd dungeon, wasn't there? I'm not just imagining it. There was a 3rd dungeon, wasn't there? Because I cleaned out this one. And this one. I feel like we saw a second one somewhere along the way. Or a third one, I mean. Let's take another look around and make sure we've found everything before we decide to go. Before we decide to leave, we need to make sure we have found everything worth finding in this building. Aha! That's it. There it is. Here's the little fellas. Alright. So, I want to take all these guys with us, if I can. Put one bone there. One string. I guess I'm gonna have a couple of guys going for some items. Because I just don't know what else to have these little dudes going after. Alright. That does it. We got all the Allays. There's a bunch of wool we could take, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Why is that little guy? Oh, this one doesn't have anything. Hang on. Where is he? Where's the aimless one? There he is. Alright. Now we've got everybody. All the Allays should have something that they can pick up for me. And most of it, if not all of it, is stuff that I have a bundle spot for, so that should mean that our little flock of Allays is ready to go. Put some arrows in there. I want to get the valuable items that I've been collecting off of me. The most valuable items are going to go in there. We have got so much junk in the ender chest. This is making me wish, I don't know if it's possible, but it's making me wish that you could use a shulker box to store full bundles. That would make all of this so much easier. But I don't know if that's possible without causing an issue. Either way, we now have all of our loot figured out. How dare you! I mean, how very dare that skeleton shoot one of my Allays? Here they come. The swarm of Allays. I can't decide if they would be called a swarm or a flock. I think swarm is kind of more fitting. But I'm just not sure. It is so cool to watch these guys come out of the trees behind me. That is so nice. So darn cool. I wish that they behaved like wolves and cats do, and that they would teleport to your side if you're like a certain distance away. But it's kind of cool that they actually try to physically fly after you. And now it's just going to be a matter of leading my swarm of Allays to home. If nothing else, we can take them to world spawn, and whoever doesn't make it, we can always try to come back for later, I guess. See, this is the one problem. I get nervous when they're just supposed to follow me, because I don't know if they're actually able to keep up. Especially with the game being laggy. When the game is laggy in particular, that makes me worried we're going to lose some of these little guys. But as long as we make it home with a couple of them, or even just one, we should be fine. Do 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 dum da dum da 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 dum ba da da dee da dum da 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 dum. Nice thing is, I know exactly how we're gonna get home. All we gotta do is head for coordinates 200 or 250 and 4,000 and negative 4,000. So about 12,000 blocks, give or take. Yeah, this is going to be a long journey. Hopefully these little guys don't get caught on anything and fall behind. I'll be able to burn this map now since I've already found what it leads to. There's no point in keeping it. I'm thinking something we might do is leash a couple at each of the stalls in the stable and give them the meat and the leather that corresponds to those animals. Hey, pandas! There's a panda! That's a panda! It's kind of cool. I know I didn't go back for my blue bed, but I'm not too worried about what color bed I'm using right now. Most important thing is that I just have a bed that I can use. That is still so cool. Being able to look back and see them come flying out after me. That is really, really cool. I like that so much. Alright, let's keep going. I think I may stay out of my boat for the time being, just so that there's an easier time for the Allays to keep up. I'm not even sure if this is all the Allays that we found. We may have lost a few back at the mansion. But if that is the case, inevitably I will find my way back to that mansion at some point to double check that I got all the loot out of it. And when I do, I will make sure that we have all the Allays the next time. Part of me wants to leash these guys to myself, but the other part of me says, no, if you do, you're just going to end up stressing about them even more. And here we are at the sea. This is the part that... This is why I'm going to be not using my boat. Because I know we've got a big ocean to cross. And it's easier to keep them all together if I am not in my boat, I think. I would never be able to lead them home if I was using an elytra, though. If I was using an elytra, they would be falling behind lightning fast, and we might never see them again. The one problem with Allays is that they don't behave as an actual pet. They're not a pet. They're just an entity that you give them something, and they know to look for that something and bring it to you. And they stay close to you so that they can keep doing that. They are not pets like cats and dogs. They do not teleport to you. They will simply try to keep up with you as you're traveling. And that is all they will do. If you take away the item that you gave them, they immediately just go to idly wandering around, and then they don't care. They don't care about you at that point. Which is kind of sad. It'd be better, I think, if Allays could be tamed. Just flat out tamed. If it were possible, make it so that Allays can be tamed. So that you can tell them to stay in one spot, that would be ideal. Because then you can tell them to sit, and they will sit. Like a parrot. They will hover around. Even more loyal than a parrot. They will hover close by when they are told to follow, but they will sit if you issue the command. That's how I would have done it. You know what? I think I may try the boat and just see how it goes. If it seems like they're having a hard time keeping up, then we will not do the boat anymore. See, it looks like we're gonna lose one. So, yeah, we're going to stay out of the boat. It's easier for them to keep up if we're not in the boat. It means it'll take longer to get home. But it does mean we'll be able to take all the Allays home with us. And that's worth it. That is worth it. So those are two things that I wish would be a thing with Allays. I wish you could give them a weapon and they would, like, attack anything that attacks you. And or I wish that they could be made into actual pets. Where they would actively try to stay near you when they're not just, you know, sitting around. Is that... That's a mushroom biome. That's a mushroom... Oh my gosh. That may be a proper size mushroom biome. It is. It is. Look at that. Look at that. It's big. It's huge. Okay. Okay. This gives me a reason to make the Grand Gyros Railway extend out in this direction at some point. And if I were to ever clone this seed into Java Edition, I would hope that this area is part of it. We're going on land for a minute. I want to look around. I want to look around. I want to see this place. This might be a good place to turn into like a hideaway away from the rest of the world. Oh my gosh! Look at the size of this place! Hang on. Hang on. I want to go up. I want to go up. Holy bomba! Look at this place! Look at it! That's insane. Okay, clearly we didn't bring everybody, because I know I had someone assigned to picking up scaffolding. I may have to assign someone else to that task. But, my gosh, this place is ginormous. This place is absolutely ginormous. Yep, it's official. I want to remember this place because this may be a good hideaway home. This may be a place that I make into a base where I can just hide away from anything else on the world. And on a multiplayer world, this kind of biome makes an incredible, like, gathering hub. This would be a great place to make into a shopping district if it was on a server. Oh my gosh! It's still going! Okay, hang on. Screenshot. Screenshot taken. Absolutely insane mushroom biome. If only it was near world spawn, I would have built a base in this kind of biome, just gone off in search of all the wood types, and I'd have built up a base in this kind of biome and never left for anything but adventure and resources. My gosh, this is crazy, but it's crazy awesome. I love this. This kind of biome is nuts, but the good kind of nuts. There's even patches of grass already here that can be made to spread all over if you spread it out enough. Wash away most of the mycelium, and you can easily have the grass spread all over the place and make this place nice and green and vibrant. And it gets all the weather patterns, so you'd still be able to enjoy rainy days, you'd still have thunderstorms happen. But the only things that can spawn here are mushrooms and phantoms. If you don't sleep often. And there's even a freaking ocean monument. So if you are of the mind to do it, you can make the ocean monument into an XP farm. Those ocean monuments are one of the best XP farms in Minecraft, from what I understand. Never tried to make one into an XP farm. Tempted to do it on this world at some point. My gosh, we are finding a lot of good stuff on this world. It is insane. It is insane. I am loving this. I'm loving it. Oh, there once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The wind blew up her bow, I'm down below, my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. There's another ocean monument. There is a second ocean monument between the mushroom biome and home. You know what that say to me? You know what that say to me? That say to me, mushroom biome going to get a base. Not right away, but it's going to happen. And that base may end up being our new home when we do make it. I think after we build a base in the desert and over in the Badlands, we're going to end up building one in that area. Is that another one? That's another one. That also has a mushroom. What in the heck? That's insane. 2 mushroom biomes? And that previous one was huge. Is this another huge one? We're going over to investigate. Hang on. We're going over to investigate. Manners, mushrooms, and allays. That's what this stream seems to be all about. I want to see. This one doesn't look like it's going to be as big by any measure. But who knows? Maybe this would be the place to build a base, and then we reserve that other area, the big mushroom biome, to become like an industrial district, an industrial or shopping district, for if the world ever goes public. Wow. And there's another mushroom island over there. It looks like it's even smaller. 3 mushroom islands. 1 massive, 2 smaller. My gosh. I love it. I love this. I love this seed. I love this seed. It is insanely good. Yeah, we are going to be building stuff out in this direction at some point. There is no denying it. It's going to happen. It's not even a question. There is no question to it. It is going to happen. It'll just be a matter of time. Just a matter of time. And I love it. I love this world so much. Wow. Alright. Let's keep going. Let's keep heading for home. Though I'll say, if we find another mushroom biome, I'm gonna be like, what? I'm realizing now why we didn't find that stuff on our way out to the Woodland Mansion. We traveled north first, and then we traveled west. We're traveling east, but we're kind of going a little bit to the south as well. So we're going in a slightly more kind of diagonal sort of pattern this time. Whereas before we went in differing lines. But that was because I needed to find how to get to the Woodland Mansion. I needed to know where the Woodland Mansion was. To know how to get to it, I had to first figure out, okay, if we go north, are we headed in the right direction? And where in the north do we need to turn to the west? Because it was easy to tell it was somewhere northwest of us. Beyond that, I had no idea where it was. We had a map, but maps don't give coordinates to locations of the things they lead to. Cartographer maps only show if you are getting close. They're basically locator maps that are of a specific structure in a specific region that you've got to go and find. But it panned out. It panned out well. It paid off beautifully. Now it's just a matter of getting home. We've still got 7,000 blocks before we get home. Oh, there once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The wind blew up her, bowed him down below. My bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. I'm still tempted to put these guys on leads and then get in my boat. But I feel like it's easier to just stay out of the boat. Because say the Allays get caught in a lag spike, I could end up losing them if they're on leads, and not even realize that I'm losing them. I don't want to risk that happening. That would not be good. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. And the game lags out. Of course it does. I am going to take a nap here on this island so that we don't have to swim during the night. That, to me, seems like a recipe for death. Sleeping at, or swimming at night. And I will be back in just a moment, guys. I'll be back in just a moment. I gotta check something, and I gotta refill my water. Alright. Got my drink. Found the note that I was looking for, confirming my coordinates. And now, we continue our travels. With our big old company of Allays. Do 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 do. Swimming along, headed for home. Somewhere beyond the sea. She's there watching for me. Oh, someone stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Yeah, I don't know how the song actually goes, but it's a good song. Oh, keep on swimming. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I see a boat. I see a boat in the water. But it is surrounded by drowned. I don't know. You know what? I'm going for it. I'm gonna loot it. I wanna loot it. Surface. Looks like we also don't have the rotten flesh guy. There was an allay that would get... No chest? No chest! Well, that's bogus. Pitiful. What a pitiful excuse for a sunken shipwreck. Absolutely nothing to be found there. Hey, no feek! No feek! Hello, my friend. Been a little while. How are you? You doing good? I hope so. Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Welcome back. Say hello to my swarm of Allays. Oh, man. Start of the session, I went to a Woodland Mansion, went inside, through the front door, roamed through the whole darn place, and found not one, not two, 3 dungeons full of Allays. Yep, I also have hit 1K since the last time you were with us, and my gosh, I can't thank you and the other viewers enough for all the support that you guys showed in getting me to 1K. It is awesome. May I just say, you and the other viewers who subscribed, y'all are awesome. Turtles. I could go for some sea turtle eggs at some point. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But we'll get to that when we get to that. At some point I'll find a couple of sea turtles, and I'll breed them, and I'll get a bunch of eggs. Thank you very much, Nofeek. Thank you very, very much. By the way, have I been saying that name right? Let me know if I haven't. If I haven't, I apologize. I just read it I just say it based on what I can read. Doesn't I do not mean to say any names wrong if I do. Just for the record. Hello? Hello, village. Does they have anything good? Let us go see. Let us go see. Bundle! They do have something good. They have a bundle. I'd have liked to have gotten more stuff from it, but hey, I'll take another bundle. Bundles are good. I need those. It's not like I got shulker boxes yet. With me not wanting to get a Elytra, I have not gone to the end yet. That's right. I'm full netherite and I haven't been to the end. I don't want to go to the end yet. I have been enjoying just playing the game, building up my stuff, without having an Elytra to fall back on. That is not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. I may very well do that. I may very well pick some of the subscribers who have been supporting the channel for a long time, grab their name, put it on a name tag, and then stick it on an Allay. Then our little swarm has an extra bonus. There's an extra bonus to it. I was already thinking of doing that kind of thing with dogs and cats. There's no reason why I couldn't add Allays to the list. Come along, my little friends. We are continuing our journey homeward. Home, home in the snow. That's where we're going. It ain't home on the range. It's home in the snow and the cold. So if anyone's got a version of Home on the Range, that old song that fits with snow and cold and chills and more snow, by all means, share it with the channel. Share it with the chat, and I would be happy to make use of it. Ah, thanks, Nofeek. I appreciate it. Nofeek. You know, for some reason that name makes me think of a cartoon character that I used to love. From a cartoon that I still love even today. A cartoon that, if one day I have kids, it would be a cartoon that I would introduce them to, because it is just that good. It is a charming cartoon. I won't name it right now. I'll probably mention it some other time, but it just makes me think of a character. And jump. Jump over the ravine and keep on moving. I still say that I wish Allays could actually be tamed as pets instead of just give them an item and they remember you and they try to follow you. I also say that we need some way to make it so that pets that have been lost can be called back to us from wherever they are in the world. If anybody else agrees, let me know. Because I feel like that's something that Mojang should have added to the game a long time ago. A way for lost pets to return to their owners. Because I mean, let's say I have a wolf named Claw, and I take off, and I have to cross a big body of water. Claw falls behind. There's so much distance between me and Claw that he can't teleport to me, the way wolves do. The way wolves and cats teleport to us, and parrots teleport to us as we travel, they can't do it across bodies of water of a certain distance, for whatever reason. There needs to be a way to make it so that our pets can be called to us or return to a specific location of our choosing where we can go and pick them up and take them home. Otherwise, what's the point of having the pet? If you lose the pet, you gotta go get another one. Also, I think that it should be made possible to make it so that a limited number of pets can be respawned if they die. Players have beds. Would it be so hard to make it so that their pets can be tied to a bed? Bonded to the bed, to a specific pet bed, so that they'll come back at that bed after a certain amount of time. Even if it's a deal where, after a pet dies, 3 days later, they come back. That would still be more than acceptable. Hey, cherry blossom biome. Let's go over and have a look around. See what it looks like. I see some hefty trees on the left. Ah, it's because there's a mountain. Well, a big hill at least. Kind of a mountain. It's look. Oh yeah, no, that's a mountain. That's a plateau. That's a big old plateau up there. Yeesh. I don't know about that. I have actually tried playing the demo of Terraria on one of my machines. I think that game is better off on a PC of some kind. Because trying to play it with controller on one of my machines did not feel right. It felt like the controller just made it clunky. And it did not feel good to play. But I can definitely see why people have interest in it. I have looked at videos of the game being played. I can see where some of the interest comes from. And I can see why some people compare Minecraft and Terraria and say one is the 2D or 3D of the other. I can see where that comparison comes. But I make a clear distinction between the two. And I personally think I will always prefer Minecraft. But to each their own, right? To each their own. But I do wish that it were possible to respawn pets after a certain amount of time. have a pet bed where the system works as, oh, your pet died? Okay, well, did you bond them to a bed? Did you have them bond with a bed? If you did, then okay, give it a couple of days, a couple of in-game days, not sleep in the bed a couple of times, and boom, they're back. No, you have to wait out a certain duration in ticks, and so in-game ticks, and so in a certain amount of real-life minutes, and then boom, your pet respawns at the bed. By all means, feel free. But I do want to point out one major thing before you get going, Nofeek. Minecraft and Terraria are based in two very different styles. Yes, they are both survival games where you have to manage resources. Yes, they are both about building a base and surviving and thriving in a world of pixelated textures. Yes, they both have combat systems and such, but consider how different those combat systems are. I've looked at videos of Terraria. The combat system of that game is drastically different from the combat system of this game, and for good reason. They are two very different games. But you are welcome to throw some things around, and I'll tell you if they sound like they compare favorably against a Minecraft feature. By all means. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be harsh or anything, I'm just saying, two different games. Two different games. And Minecraft is probably the one that I will always favor, because it's the one I have the easiest time playing. It's the one I've played the most, it's the one that I favor at present. Hello, Awesome Plays! Awesome Plays sounds like a familiar name. It sounds like a familiar name. I can't say for sure if I remember you from previous time here. But you are welcome in the chat, by all means, so long as you can keep it family-friendly, respectful of the other viewers, etc., etc. Those are the rules of the channel. If you can keep it family-friendly, respectful, you are welcome here all the time. Oh, well, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Always good to have a returning viewer. Always good to have a viewer return from the past. Ah! Okay, that's starting to sound a little more familiar. That's sounding a little bit more familiar. And also raises a hint of concern. Ah, alright. Well, hey, thank you for dropping in, Awesome. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night, whichever one it is for you. I'll bet there's some people out there that are like, why does he say it that way? Well, I say have a good day or night because I don't know what time it is for any individual viewer, unless they've outright said what time it is for them. So generally when people head out, they don't give a specific time. They're just like, okay, bye. So I would normally just be like, okay, bye, but I like to be nice, and so I wish them a good day or a good night. But again, I don't know which one it is for them, and a lot of people come and go, so yeah. Gotta make sure everybody knows that I wish them a good day or night. Yeah. That's a bit long-winded, but the point is there. Alright, we got a bunch of allays. We have finally reached the ice and snow. This is where things are going to get interesting, because we've got to stay on track. We've got to stay on track. We've got to get across the hills, across the snowy wastes, and find our way back to our home at Winter Harbor. But what a session it has been. What an adventure we have had. A Woodland Mansion full of Allays. With a bonus prize of a Totem of Undying. A bunch of mushroom biomes, including one so massive it might as well be a continent instead of an island. And, of course, a nice long run and swim home. Just double checking to make sure we got at least most of the Allays still with us. I'm sure we've lost a couple, either at the manor itself, at the mansion where we originally found them, or on the way home since departure. That is an excellent point. That is an excellent point, I will acknowledge, Nofik. Terraria has a lot more bosses, but I would like you to consider Terraria is a much more combat-heavy game. Minecraft is mostly focused on the mining and the crafting. The combat is a side deal. So, I'd say, in terms of count of bosses, of course, Terraria wins. Terraria wins on the count of bosses and the fact that there is a need to face all the bosses. You actually have to face them in order to beat the game. Minecraft, you can focus on just the dragon and be good. Why are my Allays roaming around so rapidly? Oh, they're picking up items! That's what's going on. I wondered why the one Allay in particular took off flying like a little gremlin into the distance. It's because he was picking up stuff for me. That's what's going on. They're picking up items for me. Like good little floaty children. That's basically what I think of the Allay as. I think of them as like floaty children. I mean, look at them. They're basically like little glowy cherubs, almost. They're tiny, they're floaty, and they are determined to pick up anything and everything that they can find that matches up with the item you give them. I find that really, really cool. You know, I had a thought a minute ago that I think I want to voice. I don't know if anyone's ever actually tried this. Could you give an Allay a piece of armor and then them go and pick up another piece of armor of the same kind? Okay, Terraria wins in the ore department, too. However, they win on the count of ore. Does all of that ore, do all those ore types have a useful aspect to them? Are they all used for something that is actually useful? Let us consider Minecraft's ores. Copper. You can make copper doors, copper grates. You can make copper into lightning rods to deflect lightning, to redirect lightning from thunderstorms. Gold you can use to make powered rails, golden armor and tools, even though the golden armor and tools are absolute garbage. They're practically tissue paper. Iron, of course, makes a set of armor and tools. Can also be used for regular rails. Can be used for hoppers, for minecarts. Coal, fuel, torches, blocks of coal if you're of the mind to make those. Diamonds! The signature ore of the game for pretty much the entirety of its lifetime. Everybody knows what diamonds do. Everybody knows how useful they are. Netherite! I don't know if there would be a comparison. Equivalent armor or equivalent material to netherite in Terraria, but then I've never played the game, so like I said, I only tried a demo and immediately I was like, okay, this does not feel right for a controller. I am done. But if most, if not all of the ores in Terraria have a use and have something that they can be used to make that is useful, then okay, I'll concede the point. In that regard, it's better. On that point, it wins. It wins on the variety of ores. But if they don't all have some form of usefulness, like let's consider there's also emeralds in Minecraft. Yeah, the ore is a pain in the neck to find, but you can still find it, and emeralds themselves are useful as heck, because you can trade them to villagers to get all kinds of goodies, and treasures, and trinkets, armor, tools, enchanted books to make all this grand and glorious equipment even better. Consider that. And then emeralds are practically king, because you can get iron or diamond equipment using emeralds. You just have to know what villagers to trade with. Honestly, I feel like any comparison between Terraria, however you say it, and Minecraft is an exercise in futility. Because there's always going to be something one game does better for its type of game than the other. Like I said before, Terraria is one where combat is a much more prevalent thing. Minecraft is a game that mostly focuses on its namesake, the mining and the crafting. Combat is mostly a side thing, where, oh, if you want to fight a whole bunch of zombies, cool! There's a chance of you getting some nice items out of it. Or, oh, you gotta deal with skeletons! Hey, guess what? You can get a bow to help you fight these guys from a distance, as well as more arrows and bones for bone meal. Oh, you're dealing with a creeper? Guess what? They explode! But you can gain the gunpowder that they use to explode, and use it to make your own explosives. Okay. Okay. And see, that brings back that point about the combat thing. Like I said before, Terraria has always seemed to me like it's more combat heavy. Like, the combat is much more a focus of the game. I'd say Terraria sounds like it's a bit more of a fighting, linear kind of game, whereas Minecraft, the only limitations on when you can go to the Ender Dragon is when you can get to the end. Which, that just follows a natural, steady progression of get iron, get diamonds, get obsidian, get to the nether, and then the rest is open for you to decide if you even want to bother. Hello, bozo! Oh, wow. He was even more a bozo than I realized. But he also had some good stuff. Anyway. Honestly, I feel like I'm not quite the one to ask about Terraria since, as I said before, never played the game. Tried a demo on a console. Did not enjoy it because it felt so weird. Probably would have felt better if I had been playing it on a PC. But then, I don't know. Because, again, it was console. It was only the demo. They're all gonna be swarming the house like crazy. Probably swarm up here at the window, too, if they can get out from under the awning. Okay, we have got a boatload of stuff we need to unload. Let's go down to the kitchen area. I've still got to decorate this house at some point. But let's go down here to the kitchen area, and let's unload all of our acquisitions. All the treasures that we have found on our journey across the world. Let's unload. It's time to see what profits we have made on our venture. Which I can already tell we've gotten a lot of stuff. I mean, come on. Look at all this. Look at all of this. And then we've got this. And then we got that. We got these little doodahs. We got the Totem of Undying, of course. Excuse me. We got a couple of iron axes, which are kinda pointless, but at the same time, it's treasure. So who cares if it's pointless or not, in this instance. We got an iron bucket. We got ourselves a bucket, which is always welcome. Those are extremely useful in this game. Heading back upstairs with our other bags of loot. Take a look at what else we found. Take a look at what else we found. Boom, 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 boom! A notch apple. Or wait, that's not a notch apple. What the heck? I thought that was a notch apple. That's just a golden apple with an enchantment? I have never seen that before. What the heck? Hey, dinos! Oh my gosh, that's not a notch apple. That is an enchanted golden apple. That is literally enchanted. I found that in the Woodland Mansion that we raided at the start of the stream. I did not realize that it wasn't a notch apple. I thought it was a notch apple because I saw it glowing. I didn't realize it was a literal enchanted golden apple. That is awesome. We are so putting that away somewhere and keeping it for posterity. Yeah, that is a glitched item that we are going to keep forever. We are never getting rid of that. We are never getting rid of that. And if ever it somehow becomes disenchanted, I am going to yell. Bowl! Because that is an absolute gem of a find. Why can this... Thank you. I was about to say, why was it not opening? So you know what? We are going to put this in this chest specifically for safekeeping. Any glitched item we find like that, we are going to put in this chest for safekeeping, if we can. But look at the stuff that we picked up from the Woodland Mansion. Not to mention all these chests, a couple of bundles along the way. Look how many bundles we have now. Look at how many bundles we have now that are not in use. Tell me that that isn't insane. In a good way. Tell me that that ain't insane. I'm gonna grab all the valuables out of here and we're gonna put those away. The really valuable stuff. That is absolutely insane. Not to mention, come in, little fellas, come in. By all means, enter Casa de la J-Guard. Enter the home of the Guardian. Have a look at how many cool little blue dudes we brought home with us. A whole boatload of Allays decided to come home with us. We brought them home, and they are home to stay. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, we found a lot of them. They're dinos. I kid you not. 3 dungeons in the Woodland Mansion we went to. Full of Allays. Every single cell had 1 or 2, and at least 4 of the rooms had 3. Does that not sing to you of absolute insanity? Of course, not all these little guys are wanting to stay inside the house, so we'll let some roam around. Oh yeah, it is day 900. Nice! I hadn't realized that. Day 902. 901 days have passed on this world. That is honestly kind of crazy. I hadn't realized how much time had passed on this world. Whew, mama. But yeah, we have got so much stuff now. It is honestly kind of crazy. Actually, it's more than a little bit crazy. It is absolutely insane. The mind is boggled by how much stuff there is at this point. Whoa! Oh! The little guy is throwing me arrows from... Oh, that's cool. That is cool. See, that is what I like about the Allay. They are constantly on the job, scooping up anything that they detect that is valuable, or that you've told them is valuable. That's cool. I like that a lot. I find that really, really cool and charming about the Allay. Alright, dinos. You have a good rest of your day or night, my friend. You have a good rest of your day or night. Let's go ahead and put away the rest of this loot. So much loot. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do with it all. Again, insane. The amount of stuff we have found. Absolutely insane. Oh! Speaking of insane, more armor trims, more goodies, and a totem of undying as icing on the blinking cake. That is cool. That is cool. I really wish I could get all the Allays to come inside and hang out in the house. You know what? I really wish I could. I want them all in the house. I want them all in here. I want all the Allays to be in here at some point. Just so that we've got a lot of little dudes just flying around, being cool, you know? I would love that. Anyways, that's something we'll figure out as time goes on. For right now, though, now that we have the Allays here, I can figure out a way to keep most of them put away, and we can take a team of them to work on digging out the tunnels of the Grand Gyros Railway. And we'll have a much easier time getting that project finished up. Because, yes, there's still a lot more to do with that. But that is all stuff that we will worry about another time. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out the About page for links to other pages with more content from yours truly, as well as other ways to help support the channels. Smack that notification bell so that you don't miss the next stream or video. And of course, make sure to share the channel with your friends. I almost did it again. Share the channel with your friends if you think they might enjoy the content too. With that all being said, thank you again so very much for watching. And I'll see you all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. I'm JGardo1, and I'll see you all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!